Bienvenidos a Arabia Saudí, bienvenidos a la NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia. La última de las 3 pruebas que se van a celebrar a lo largo del año 2023 en 3 continentes distintos, en África, en Europa y ahora en Asia. Volvemos a un entorno natural que nos sorprendió muy gratamente el año pasado y que nos acogió de forma magnífica, donde todos los ciclistas podrán disfrutar no solamente de buenas jornadas de mountain bike, sino también de unos espacios naturales increíbles junto al Mar Rojo y un desierto que tiene mucho que mostrar al mundo.
The millenary and enigmatic landscapes of NEOM welcomed the Titans in what would be the last event of the Titan World Series of the year. It was about to begin an adventure that would become a vital experience from November 14 to 17 with a new and spectacular course.
This is the route of the NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia 2023. More than 350 kilometers, more than 2,300 meters of gain accumulated. It will be 4 stages, 3 around the mountain camp and 1 in the Red Sea till Gaya.
The first stage of the NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia 2023 was already a reality on the morning of November 14.
Good.
Ariadna Ródenas arrived to defend the title obtained in 2022, while Tessa Cortecas, champion in Morocco and Almería, would not make it easy for her. In the men's category, many names would play for victory. Luis León Sánchez, Enrique Morcillo, Jaimar Zubeldia, Luis Mas and Julen Zubero were ready to fight stage after stage in this tough race. More than 200 participants were impatiently waiting for the start at 8 a.m. The Titans started the adventure. The magic of Arabia enveloped the participants.
First stage, 78 kilometers with 2 different parts, one inside the desert with the sun and the dunes, and a second part in a twisty tracks next to the Sun River before arriving to the camp.
The first stage started with an amazing passage through canyons and rock formations that served to define the leading group as the main favorites overall. Miguel Faust tried several solo attacks, but it was not until the big climb of the day at kilometer 40 that the peloton broke. Enrique Morcillo launched a hard attack that could only be answered by Jaimar Zubeldia. In the women's category, the 2 main rivals for the final victory, Tessa Cortecas and Ariadna Ródenas, did not hide their cards and marked each other closely. The kilometers ran along a terrain between rocky corridors and off-road areas, which demanded the maximum from all riders. Luis León Sánchez tried to chase down the escapist, but a crash prevented him from doing so. The stage victory was finally settled in a close sprint that was won by the Buf Megamo team rider, who took the first provisional leader's jersey.
La primera etapa siempre hay muchas incógnitas de cómo se encuentra uno. Al principio, los primeros 30 kilómetros nos hemos ido como un pelotón de 15 o éramos más o menos. Y luego en la subida, no era quizás una subida muy dura, pero no estaba marcada, estaba muy suelta. Entonces Aymar ha empezado conmigo, nos hemos visto que nos quedábamos solos y ya hasta meta ha sido como una crono.
10 minutes behind crossed the second group led by an exhausted Luis León Sánchez and Julen Zubero. Tessa Cortecas and Ariadna Ródenas won the stage in a sprint with a close victory for the Dutch rider, the first virtual leader.
I'm happy to win the stage and to start tomorrow in the leader jersey. Let's see what's happening tomorrow.
The first chapter of this mountain bike stage race was already written, but there was still a lot of fighting ahead.
Welcome to the camp of the NEOM Titan Desert, Saudi Arabia, 2023. And after a tough day on a demanding stage, what better than to find the comfort of this luxurious camp? But not everything is suffering. Relax is also important. And if you prefer active relax, come and play with us. Go! And to be ready for the next day, nothing more important than a real good and comfortable rest. And a good rest starts with a quiet, cozy, and absolutely comfortable place. The beautiful light of the sunset. Day is almost over. Choose your spot to relax, to talk with your friends, to connect with your family at home, to enjoy time before going for a fantastic day. And here, the most difficult is to choose.
The camp woke up under the impressive sky of the Arabian Peninsula to face the Queen stage. A stage that was complicated by the rocky and sandy terrain that the cycling caravan was going to find. Tension, nerves, and excitement were palpable in the atmosphere. More than 100 kilometers had to be covered by the Titans in this second stage through a hostile and at the same time amazing desert. The peloton set off compactly at 8 o'clock. The die was cast.
Second stage of this NEOM Titan Desert 2023, 121 kilometers, almost 1,000 meters of gain, very twisty stage on the Sun Rivers, stage on a loop that will be the Queen stage of this edition.
After a few kilometers, the leading group broke away. Pau Marsà attempted a solo breakaway, but the Catalan rider attack was neutralized at around kilometer 70 of the course. Ariadna Ródenas opened a gap with Tessa Cortecas, who was struggling to stay in the race. Cortecas' fight was against herself, while Ródenas was imposing authority kilometer after kilometer. The stage became a race of attrition. Enrique Morcillo, the leader, together with Jaimar Zubeldi and Luis León Sánchez, imposed a powerful pace that gradually dropped all the leading riders. The tough course took its toll on the legs, stony tracks that gave no rest and did not allow to ride smoothly. Strength and skill were the key to overcome the stage. stage victory was once again decided in the sprint with a victory for an excellent Luis León Sánchez, who opened his victory record in the Titan World Series races.
No se ha ido en ningún momento cómodo, una etapa larga y bueno, al final ha sido una etapa por eliminación. Hemos intentado aguantar a estos dos ciclistas que van un paso o dos pasos por encima nuestro.
In the women's category, Ariadna Ródenas gave a display that will be remembered in the history books of the race. Riding along for a good part of the stage, the Elche rider demonstrated her physical and mental strength, winning with a lead of more than 30 minutes over her rival and main favorite, Tessa Cortegas. Cortegas entered the finish line in tears.
Tenía que jugar mis cartas, intentarlo y bueno, al final me ha salido bien. He ido abriéndole hueco, así que bueno, he sufrido mucho, pero ha valido la pena.
After the enormous effort of this queen stage, the NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia crossed the halfway point and faced the final straight with everything still to be decided.
I'm Tessa Cortegas from the Netherlands, but I live since more than 6 years on Spanish island Lanzarote. This is my first year doing mountain bike races in competition. I've done triathlon before, but after a little burnout, I decided to take a rest from triathlon and start doing more mountain biking. After winning Morocco, Titan Desert in Almeria in Spain, I've won all the 4 stages, and most of all I enjoyed a lot the stages, the scenery. It was a great course to live the experience in the desert here. It wasn't really on my plan to race this race because I had 2 hard races before. I knew my body was asking for rest, but I didn't want to stay home without trying to fight for the title in Saudi Arabia, to get the 3 Titan titles in 1 year. The race has been tough. I've tried to enjoy it, but unfortunately I couldn't finish. But even though I'm super happy to have lived this experience, and I will be back next year.
It's incredibly exciting to have Titan back for the 2nd year. Titan is a unique sport for us. It's a combination between amateurs, professionals, men and women, locals, internationals. We've even got one of our NEOM staff members, Bill Ainley. We've got Manoush Antil, who is our representative and ambassador from Saudi Arabia, competing together on the same field of play. Look at the environment. Really, it was really renewing and refreshing for us to be able to see the athletes arrive. One of the athletes arrived and began tears in their eyes because they'd never seen something that was so moving for a field of performance. For us this year, we have changed the focus a little bit. Instead of bringing people in to NEOM to share what NEOM is, Titan know NEOM now. And what we wanted to do was learn from last year, work very closely with Titan and the National Federation, and build on all of those experiences and focus on one thing: performance. And today, we have already seen what that's done. I can't wait for the final day.
The 3rd stage of the race was about to offer a real scenic and sporting spectacle.
I think today it is very difficult, but I am ready now. Inshallah.
È molto dura. Ieri è stato un percorso tosto, non pensavo di arrivare alla fine, ma poi ce l'ho fatta.
Como digo siempre, se disfruta sufriendo y se sufre disfrutando.
Vamos a arrancar la tercera etapa, no va a ser una etapa fácil, aunque ayer fue la etapa reina, hoy va a ser una etapa complicada también, con varios pasos de arena, así que bueno, intentar mantener un poco el ritmo y a ver si conseguimos conservar el maillot de líder.
Hoy yo creo que las fuerzas estarán un poco mal, pero bueno, vamos a intentar estar adelante y a verla venir.
The Titans were anxiously awaiting the start time to face the penultimate stage with the accumulated fatigue of the first 2 days. A fast start where the best bikers would enter a spectacular landscape and a stage harder than expected.
Third stage of this Neon Titan Desert Saudi Arabia 2023, 92 kilometers on a loop stage, the most beautiful, the nicest stage of the race, on a loop into the valleys, into the desert, that we will finish the group of 3 first stages on the desert.
Already in the first kilometers on fast tracks, the leading group of the race dropped off the pace. The sand arrived and the passage through the dunes was the real judge of the stage. Luis Mas, Enrique Morcillo, Jaimar Zubeldia and Luis León Sánchez arrived together at this point, but the skill on the sand of the 2 great leaders of the race was decisive in consolidating their breakaway until the end. The withdrawal of Tessa Cortegas with physical problems left the general classification to Ariadna Ródenas, who had no rival. Surrounded by majestic canyons and on fine desert sand, the beauty of the stage lay in its variety. The Titans advanced with a pedal stroke, enjoying the majesty of a millenary scenery. Mourouche Adil, the only Saudi representative in the women's category, consolidated stage after stage, improving on her participation in the previous edition. In the final kilometers, the victory once again would be decided by sprint. This time it was a double victory for Jaimar Zubeldia, as he obtained the partial victory and the provisional leadership of the general classification thanks to the finishing order of each stage, as he had the same overall time as Enrique Morcillo.
Hemos colaborado y bueno, hoy he tratado de jugarme mis bazas de otra manera, ¿no? Me he puesto a su rueda y bueno, un poquito de lejos le he arrancado y bueno, he podido llegar primero meta.
Ariadna Ródenas consolidated her lead with the stage victory.
Mañana espero disfrutar, que tenemos una etapa bonita al lado del Mar Rojo.
I am Mourouche Adil from Saudi Arabia. I am a pro athlete, or we can say I'm in progress to become a pro athlete with Team Jaika Al Ola. I was born and I grew up in a small town in Saudi Arabia, which is Mecca. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters, and I can say I have the best family ever who supports me in my cycling career. I've just started cycling 2 years ago or less maybe. That was after I lost my dad. I used to be very attached to my dad, and he was like, he really appreciated doing sports and trying different things. So after he passed away, I felt like I'm a kind of lost, and I found cycling as my depression mechanism or something like that. So day by day I found myself the cycling is the thing that I want to push everything, to push above my limits even in cycling. It's where I found my passion and where I want to compete and prove myself. I came this year for this edition and I'm really excited. It's not because I expect the race is going to be different, because I became different and better much than last year. So yeah, I'm really excited for the new landscapes that we are going to discover in NEOM. For me, NEOM Titan Desert Race 2022 is memorable and special event for me because everything has changed after that race in a good way, definitely. I'm here representing my country at first, then I do believe, and one of the things that I really hope to achieve it is inspire new riders, inspire the new generation in Saudi Arabia to do more kind of sports and try especially mountain biking.
In addition to the heat of Arabia and the difficulty of the terrain, there was the wind on this fourth and final stage, which ran parallel to the Red Sea. The start of the last stage of the Titan Desert is always special because becoming a Titan is the cyclist's goal. At 10:30 in the morning, the start was given and the challenge was closer.
Fourth and last stage of the NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia 2023, next to the sea line of the Red Sea, 64 kilometers just to arrive to the camp of Gayal.
With everything still to be decided in the men's classification, Luis Mas and Luis León Sánchez tried their luck breaking away from the bunch of favorites and imposing a powerful pace. Enrique Morcillo jumped out of the leading group in an attempt to hunt down the escapees. Ariadna Ródenas conquered the kilometers riding in a group. The group of Mas, Morcillo and Luis Le collaborated in the relays to consolidate the breakaway to the finish. Luis León Sánchez imposed his class by winning his second stage victory in this edition. Enrique Morcillo crossed in second place and took the overall victory.
Todo se ha dado bien, no he tenido ningún problema mecánico, la fuerza me ha acompañado, entonces mira, estoy muy feliz de haber llegado con Luis, con todo un crack como es él, y bueno, espero volver el año que viene.
Ariadna Ródenas showed her class with a new stage victory, consolidating her position as the queen of the desert in Arabia.
Muy contenta de ganar esta edición de la Titan Series de Arabia Saudí y revalidar el título del año pasado. Bueno, no ha sido una Titan fácil, el terreno ha sido bastante duro, así que bueno, muy contenta.
The NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia is a race where the result obviously matters. The list of winners is maintained over the years and appears in the newspaper archives with the names of the podium finishers. But it is much more than just a competition. It's a challenge that combines self-improvement and coexistence, where crossing the finish line means becoming a Titan as the culmination of a dream fulfilled. Enrique Morcillo was proclaimed winner with 13 hours and 34 minutes. Ariadna Ródenas was again proclaimed Queen of Arabia with 15 hours and 52 minutes of competition. In the mixed duo category, Celu Gómez and Muriel Bouet won the general classification, and the best local riders were Abdul Karim Al-Bashir and Murushadil.
Esta NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia ha sido una prueba llena de contrastes, donde hemos podido pedalear junto al Mar Rojo, donde hemos podido dormir, pernoctar entre cañones de montañas en un desierto absolutamente idílico, donde jamás nadie en la historia había podido pedalear. Creo que cerramos de forma memorable un año 2023 de muy buen ciclismo y de deporte de primera.
The NEOM Titan Desert Saudi Arabia 2023 finished after 4 demanding and unforgettable stages that will remain in the memories of all the Titans who completed the challenge of this great mountain bike race through the desert.